Hey, hey, hey! It is September 7th, 2025 on a Sunday. We are in our seventh episode of Outback with Petrone. And I am here with one of my most special, the nicest guy besides Ricky Ross, the nicest guy that I've ever met and I've ever trained, the Jeff Christensen. Jeffrey, how the hell are you?
Happy to be here, Charlie. And that's a really wonderful introduction and not worthy.
It is. He's the humblest guy I know. Jeffrey, when I work with the athletes or any CEOs that are around here, and Link, my motocrosser, is in town for 2 weeks from New York, I asked this question, so I'm kind of spoiler alert for this kid. So can you ear muff it for a minute? Let's ear muff it. Thank you. Don't listen to it. I open this up with all the athletes, anybody special, is when did you know that you were different? Now, Jeffrey is a former New York Yankee athlete, baseball player, Renaissance man, we were called, and he has a lot of gifts.
So I knew you were going to ask me this question. So I was on my walk today. I typically do 4-mile walk a day, walk for an hour, clear my head. And I knew you were going to ask me the question. And, you know, the reality is, Charlie, I don't think I'm different. I've never thought I'm different. Between sports and never academics necessarily, but really not until being a dad did I realize maybe I was a little bit different. And that's a kind of a strange thing to say, but I've never thought I was different, Charlie.
I've never heard that from a professional athlete that swung a bat. Ever. Or two.
True story. You know, as you know, knowing this was going to happen and the conversation was going to happen, but you know, I remember coming into UT my freshman year.
University of Tennessee,
playing baseball, as the Gatorade Player of the Year.
Stop it.
Should have had a chip on my shoulder, should have had all the confidence in the world. And I walked in there thinking, I got to figure this thing out. You know, I've got to figure out a way to make myself as good as the rest of the people. So, you know, and I don't know if it's because I'm the youngest of 5. I don't know if it's my sisters beat the shit out of me as a kid. You know, like they were tough on me. Oh, they were tough on me.
I didn't know you had so many siblings.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know you were Gatorade Player of the Year.
Hey,
we're going to backtrack it for a lot, but keep going. Yeah, keep going with that.
But you know, I never have I ever thought that I was different. I started kind of feeling like I was a little bit different in the business world, being able to see through the issues and the challenges and the how do we do this thing. But you know, in sports, never thought I was different. There's a lot of people out there with a lot of athletic abilities that were better than mine. I just tried to work harder and try to figure it out. Okay,
so I guess we'll bring it back for everybody that doesn't know of Jeff Christensen. He was a local kid, went to the same high school as Harrison Smith, the Harrison Smith. It's 14 years at the Vikings, Notre Dame, had since 8th grade. Knoxville Catholic. But the crazy thing that always blows me away, especially when you revisit, and we'll bring that up, how you got back into the wood gym and training with me again, is guys, we have a little audience here tonight. We got our production team, our guests, we got Link here. He was this same size in high school.
It is a true story.
So it was like a freak of freaks in high school, Link. I mean, at 16, he was this size. So you could just imagine. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, but the first time I ever trained was my freshman year in college.
Yes, with me.
That's right.
And, you know, back in the day, there were two head-to-head schools here in the private districts. Webb had Chad Pennington, the guy with the Jets and Dolphins that I trained in high school all the way on. And, of course, Catholic, we had tons. And David Philauer, Philly, and we could go Nick Wilson's, we go Harrison's, we go on and on and on, right? But he was the only cat that didn't train with me, and it was just the guy was an outdoorsman. So he did Renaissance man. I mean, he did everything. If it was rock climbing, mountain biking, a lot of kayaking.
Whitewater paddling was a big passion.
There you go. So he was that guy. So it actually makes sense that probably you're Gatorade Player of the Year. But how did we? Okay, so let me ask you this: you say your freshman year at UT, but like usually guys go, oh, in 7th, 8th grade, freshman year, I was like dominant and I was always picked or I was above. Did you have any of that to go?
Not really. Catholic back then.
You played football and baseball.
Catholic high school, football, baseball, basketball, my freshman, sophomore year. And then,
Excuse me.
And then, you kind of get to a point of, I'd like an off season. And the off season was basketball season.
So you took that off.
I took basketball season off my junior and senior year. And, it was small. I think I graduated with 98, 99 people. And so it was not a matter of, are you going to play football? It was, you're a breathing male, you're playing football. And where you got placed was dependent on kind of your athletic ability or whatever it was. So, I played my freshman year, started, I got into school in whatever it was, August. And they were like, you're playing football. And I played football. It was the first time I ever, well, I guess the second season I ever played football. And ended up kind of starting a couple games and then started every game ever since. And then baseball happened and I started every game in baseball. And it was, but I never thought that is different.
Okay, so let me read you this. We've been talking a lot the last 2 or 3 months of passions and careers. Were you better in one or the other?
I had a more passion for baseball.
Okay.
I can remember being a young kid, the only thing I ever wanted to do was play baseball. When I was in elementary school, the only thing I wanted to do was play baseball. When I was in middle school, baseball. In high school, baseball. It was all that there was. It was a zero-sum game. That was what I was going to do. And academics was what I had to do to be able to play baseball. So that's what it became.
Wow. Hey, guys, we've been doing this since 2018. Does he not have a good voice for this? Like, dude. I mean, Ross has a face for radio, but man, you got a great voice for the podcast.
Well, thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that.
No, he does. He really does. Okay, so, again, when we've had guys on here, I never knew Josh Dobbs. He's a Renaissance man in the NFL playing quarterback. Great guy at UT playing football. I never knew that his passion was baseball. And he got recruited for that. I would never know that. So I always ask that question because everybody's like, Chad Pennington's passion was basketball, but he knew to make it in the NFL and pro would be football.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, from when I think of a sport that was going to get me to where I needed to be, and it was baseball. That was my internal meal ticket, if that makes any sense.
So so we talk about that. Ross and I have been chopping it up this week. Would you say that would be my meal ticket, or it became your passion because you were good at it, or my passion would be something that I wasn't good at?
So what I became passionate about in high school and after baseball was over with was whitewater paddling. Whitewater kayaking became my single-minded focus thing. And I know that's goofy to say.
No, I'm not laughing.
But it's true.
What?
Yes, it was. It's so baseball.
Can you flip under and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Nope.
Yeah.
Ross, can you do that?
Paddling class 5 whitewater. And it's still, it comes in.
What's class 5 whitewater? Pretty extent. It's pretty expert level.
Yeah, I mean, it's the level where don't make mistakes. You don't want to make mistakes in that kind of whitewater. And you can get hurt. But the single-minded focus of that is what drives me. And it's what I've figured out in my life that gets my attention. Climbing, rock climbing. I've was climbing a lot, stopped now. But, those things that require me to be in the moment, at the moment, are the things that I'm passionate about most. And so baseball, when I'm in the batter's box, it's easy to be single-minded focused. Baseball, but I didn't want to give that up for my entire life. And I think ultimately that's why I got released. So I can't really say I retired, voluntarily. But at some point, it was, it was going to end. But I wasn't passionate about baseball like I am other things.
Yeah, you hit on that when you started back. So we could probably take it back to what year did we start training? What place? You know, we have a new motocrosser in here. I haven't been in the world since Sipes days, and he trains at the same place that Ryan Sipes just left that he teaches. So he knows Sipes. Really? Yeah, really. In South Carolina, you guys could chop that up. What years were that when you started coming to me?
So I think we trained in like 98, 97, 98 for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, UT happened. And then we really started training hard in probably 2000, 2001 through 2004. My last spring train was 2004. And so it was that winter.
Okay. And I was at Mohican Street in Hamburg.
That's Hamburg, yeah.
Hamburg days.
It was great.
Yeah. And Griff going through the pictures of archiving these training seasons, he was always saying, man, I don't know anything about this. I wasn't even a thought or whatever it was, or I was tiny. You were tiny. You guys got after it in there.
We got after it, Charlie. And, you know, the thing, and we'll have to bring it back at some point in the conversation about how I ended up back in the gym. Yeah. But, you know, the gym today is no different than the gym back when we were training in the late 90s, early 2000s. You're the same Charlie. You're, I'm sure, giving the same programs. You know, I get to work out the old man program now.
With some jumping.
Which is great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But you know, it feels great to be back in your gym and have the same energy and the same, you know, I look forward to it. I swore after baseball was over with, I was never going to be in the gym ever again. I was not doing it, period.
All pro athletes are that way, guys. I'm just going to let you know, Link, everyone, because they're so highly talented. I have a business because they need to be motivated to train to where training was my sport. And Griff identified that years and, you know, go doing this doc. But, yeah, that's just listening to you just blows me away of how Harrison talks about the simplicity of the wood gym and the training, and even working with Link, the motocross guy that's in here, a couple of conversations on the phone of just keep it simple, you know, just work the start, work the corner, don't think you got 20 minutes plus 2 laps or whatever it is at the amateur status. And that doesn't change, and we talked about that with if you're not growing, you're not changing. Well, that personally, yeah, but that, like when you walked in, you knew the smell was going to be the same. I swear it's Rocky 3.
Charlie, I called you up and I said, Charlie, I'm 46 years old. I'm fat and out of shape. And if I don't start doing something soon, I'm going to be 60 years old when I turn 50. And you welcome me back in with open arms.
And honestly, I thought it was for your kid because I'm training everybody's kids. You know what I'm saying?
George is 5.
George is 5.
A little early.
We could sign him on a contract. He could work out with Azzy.
But he is a stud.
He could work
he's
out
a
my
5-year-old
grandson.
stud.
He is. Yeah, no, because you go, can I talk to you? And I'm always thinking, oh, God, what I do, what I say, you know, something on a podcast or whatever. And you're like, we could talk, but I'd like to come and talk to you face to face. And then I just in the kitchen for a minute, when we were chopping it up, I usually do meals on Saturday nights, Sunday nights for everybody, and just reminiscing over the things of the heart rate monitor on your earlobe, and you taking you down the Pilot Corporation, where I took a lot of the motocrossers because they had to shadow me and come with me, just like you will. Monday at 6 we start. How your job today? I mean, hit me with that story.
So, to kind of tell the story, in the mix of training, and we would go from morning gym session, afternoon on the track, lunch at Bogart's, to something else. It was an all day deal.
Yes.
And the end of the day was this. Old school cycling session where the winner of the day was the one that burned the most calories, and it could not have been a very accurate measure because it was clipped to your ear. So it was calories burned based upon an ear clip, no weight measurement, no nothing else. But so we go back to, we walk in and you say the first time, do not let these old men beat you. Well, I walk in and it's Jimmy Haslam and Bob Talbot.
Yeah. And Jimmy Haslam, it was Pilot Oil at the time, and owner of the Browns now, and you know he's doing his thing. And Talbot was Whole Rob, which is a commercial business.
Whole Rob Investments,
Yes.
and a real estate development firm, you know, kind of known throughout the Southeast, very successful. And so we walk in, I'm smoked. You say, don't let these old men beat you. And it killed me. But damn it, I didn't let them beat me. You know?
No,
Not one time.
Yeah.
Not one time.
I don't remember. That is bananas.
And when they would get close, you'd be like, you better not let these old men beat you. And you know, the motivation kind of worked. And
So what happened there?
So, you know, to bring it full circle, my first off season, I called Bob Talbot and I said, Bob, you know, I'm just recently graduated from college. I don't really know what your business is, but I'll sweep the floors, or you know, I'll do the work that nobody else wants to do. But I need a job, and if you could pay me $8 or $9 an hour for, you know, my off season, that would be great. It would kind of help me along. So I did that in my first off season.
You did. You worked in your first off season.
Yeah, for Bob, and kind of learned the business from the accounts payable, accounts receivable world, and you know, got in the real estate development game, and scared the hell out of me. But it was a great entree to business and access to really kind of where I am today. Honestly, I mean, I owe a lot of my success to those crazy rides at Pilot back in the day. Thank you, Charlie Petrone.
That's bananas.
True. That's very true.
Are you getting this, Griff? This is amazing, dude. Like, that's absolutely, it's right here.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't remember any of that. I don't know if it's why I don't.
There were dark times in that basement gym in Pilot. It was not glorious.
There were no windows, man. I was down there.
It was hot.
5 to 11 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I never saw the sun.
And I was going to say, you train down there in the mornings, like from, you know, 0 dark 30 till whenever.
4:45, Jimmy wanted to go.
Yeah.
And I come out at 12. I felt like, what's his name for Shawshank Redemption when he broke loose.
And then he trained me all day. And then brought me back down to that dungeon at the end of the day.
That's true. Gosh. Wow. We went hard.
It was fun. You know, but I think, and I go back to, there's not a whole lot different, Charlie. I mean, you're still the same Charlie today than you were then.
And you're the same Jeffrey, just as nice as they can be.
Wow.
So how did we? I know every time I ran into you out to eat, I'd see you out and you'd come up and you were just so the same, just so nice. You never changed a bit, and you just always like, man, I listen to your podcast, and I can't thank you enough for that. But you said that you know, listen to the choices and options, guys. You know. That's what you said, is like, man, everything's a choice. I could choose, you know, now seeing your boy yesterday, it's like, I think I want to live to 80, 85. I want to be Charlie and have grandkids running around and holding him, right?
100%. 100%. You know, the fitness idea, and I said it before, but I'm an old dad for the first time. George was born when I was 41. So my life, you have to turn that around. It's upside down. There you go. So my entire life.
We get it, Ben. You're strong.
So my entire life, I've been able to have, you know, the freedom of waking up and kind of doing what I need to do. So whitewater paddling, I could leave in the morning.
Could you do that now?
Yeah.
I mean, at that level?
I don't. You know, I guess I could. All my big crew that I used to paddle with, and who I love, some of my closest friends. Are in West Virginia at the Golly right now. It's the first weekend of the Golly releases. The Golly's a big Class 5 whitewater run up in West Virginia, and it's one of the prettiest parts of in the eastern U.S. And if anybody's ever been there, they maybe would say the same thing. But there's 5 big Class 5 whitewater 5 Class 5 rapids on that river, and it's a weekend experience. It's fantastic. I could do it right now, but it wouldn't be safe, Charlie. So,
What's up in North Carolina? Topico?
yeah, there's Topoco. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so
where
that's
I
the
went.
Chiowa.
Yeah.
Okay,
When they
yeah.
let the dam out,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
thing floods.
Yeah.
Now,
The Chiowa is a great river.
dude.
Yeah.
Those guys were getting. Can you do that?
Oh yeah, Chiowa's easier than the Golly for kind of ranges.
Really?
Yeah.
Think Griff could do it with as many talents?
For sure, without question. So,
But guys aren't built like you guys, right? Aren't they smaller?
yeah, I mean,
I mean, you
kinda.
guys are 230.
Yeah.
Are they built more like the wiry motocrosser?
When I was first starting, they didn't make boats for small guys, medium-sized guys, and big guys. Now they do that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, custom fit.
Yeah. Well, it's not custom fit. It's like you can get a small medium or large trousers. Like I wear the Husky boat.
Hey, don't make fun of that. I had to do that when I was little.
Yeah, same.
Shamed.
Yeah.
That
the Husky pants.
The Husky department. Another scarred issue in New Jersey. Way to go, Northern guys. All right, so bring me back to you getting in the wood gym and training with Diamond Dave Marlowe. How do we get there?
So again, it goes back to
Choices and options?
Choices and options. I'm listening to your podcast, and I'm having this I'm fat. I don't really have any motivation.
And we haven't talked.
No, we haven't talked in what?
Years.
Well, I see it at Kazzy's or I
Yeah.
see you around town or whatever.
The
and-
pub.
Yeah, and it's Charlie, you're a lifelong friend. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about men's relationships is I could not see you for 10 years. I could see you every day, and I would,
Picked up. Just like it was. Yep.
Absolutely, no issues.
Yes.
So having this kind of internal conflict of I don't want to look 60 when I'm 50, and I don't want to look 90 when I'm 70. So I got to do something. And I'm not crazy out of shape. I stay active and do the things, but not having the ability to spend as much time paddling or as much time riding my bike or as much time being outside as I need to be, being a dad, kind of makes me realize I need to push some iron. I need to, move a little bit more differently than what I have. And, hey, Charlie,
What made you call me?
there's nobody else I would call. I think the trust level that we gained over the years. I mean, you took me from I graduated high school at 205, zero weight training, none. Not one weight training
It
exercise.
looked like that. That's what's bananas.
205. I started my freshman year season at 220, and I graduated my senior year at 235. And Charlie, I was like 7% body fat.
Oh, no, we pulled up that picture. He was front squatting 385.
It was a unique deal. I mean, and so
And lean. And could bike. And could road bike
Crazily.
and mountain bike. We did it all. Right.
I was running.
Just weren't a weightlifter.
I ran a 5.6, 5.7, 60. Stole 22, 23 bags my senior year. Nobody steals 23 bags now. I mean, I was a power hitter. I was 235. That doesn't happen.
I know what you're going to say, Ross. I know what you're going to say. You and your swag in the rocking chair. He meant 6'5", 6'6", 60. He said 5'6".
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I meant.
You probably didn't
Yeah.
even pay attention to it
Yeah.
because you're stuffed on wings from your moms.
You knew what I meant.
Yeah.
But a reasonable 60, not crazy fast.
Yeah,
but-
no, that's stupid fast. For baseball, it's flying. For his size, period, it's flying. You could pull it up, Ben, if you want to. He's Googling it right now. I could feel it. Average speed for MLB 60. I guarantee you it's not 6'5", 6'6".
7, 6'9", 6'9".
You think 6'9", or
I think it's 6'9".
what do we got?
7 to 6.9.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he wasn't average. There's nothing about him average. Let me tell you that right now.
But and I go back to Charlie. I bring it back to you, man. Those times of training, it wasn't miserable. I mean, training is miserable at some point. I mean, the goal is to get strong, and you got to put in the hard work. But it was fun. We always had a good time going back out to the West Track and jumping hurdles and, the bands, that make you throw up and all the things.
Road rides, the mountain bike ride. We did everything.
Do you remember the turkey ride? It was one of the first turkey rides we ever did, where I almost I was seeing stars. Do you remember this?
No, tell me. I've done it for 26 years, minus last year.
It was
Way to go, Griff.
It was a turkey ride that, Bob Davies was on it, Jeff Foster.
Oh, Jeff Foster.
Us, you and I.
He played at UT.
He played at UT, yeah. But, I was...
Was it Southern Shade or Cobblestone? Was it my first house or second house? This is my third house.
I think it was your first house.
First house. We left from North Shore.
That's right. Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. Why not get killed?
Yeah. Safety in numbers, Charlie.
Dude, it is safety in numbers. But that was years ago in that place. Yeah. Yeah, man. That is so you're training now. Let me ask you one question. You have 7 days in a week. You go with me 3 days a week. Are you doing anything the other days, or you feel like that's enough? Because you are a genetic freak. Let's just be honest. That could be enough. But they do say, studies show, and Ross has a head start on it. What you do in your 40s and 50s reflects in your 70s, and that's not me saying that. That's science, but I see it every day, and I'm proud of you, Ross, for taking that step and doing something to get going. Because now he's ahead of the curve at 25.
So I've always been walking. Walking is my kind of clear my head.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you just do I think Ross was talking about doing this Saturday. Didn't you just do an 8-hour hike?
No.
A couple days ago or 2 days, or was it Freddie that did it?
Must have been Freddie.
And you knew where it was and you did it. Where was that? Remember Freddie was telling you where it was?
Was it the Barkley? Was he talking about the Barkley?
How far is that?
It's like a 24-hour race kind of thing.
Oh, no, it's not a race. It was a hike. He did a hike.
Oh, he went up to LeConte. Yeah.
Have you done that, Ross? Yeah. No, either have I. I bet you Griff has.
Time out. We need to go up to LeConte.
I've never done it.
Charlie, we live in East Tennessee. It's the best view. This group needs to do it
All right.
on a Tuesday when the leaves are changing, and it'll change your life. It's spectacular.
If I got to do it, you got to do it.
Even better.
This is how we started out.
Even better.
Right there, and then we added on.
We'll do it on a full moon. It's spectacular.
See this guy?
Spectacular.
I've heard it was amazing. And you could stay up there, and they give you like beanie weenies, and you could sleep in the shed, and mice roll around in the shed and stuff like that.
Yeah, just walk back down.
We're just going to walk back down. We don't have to stay up there and do Brokeback Mountain and shit like that, right?
Not necessary.
Okay.
Not necessary. Okay. Yeah. But it is a beautiful experience and something that I always say anybody living in East Tennessee needs to go walk up Mount LeConte to see the view. It's beautiful. Yes, 100%.
He'll be back.
100%.
But we got to do it when the leaves change.
Well, you can do it now because it'll still be beautiful.
All right. I'll put you on my back, kid. Ross, you got him. Halfway up, halfway. What's the distance of it?
There's, you can go 10 miles. You can go 8 miles.
What's the longest? Ross wants the longest.
I think you can do like 12 miles up and 12 miles back.
You got it, Ben? We got to do it, Ben. I've seen your strength in the gym. I'm not going to say what it looks like, but it's strong.
Bullhead Trail. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've done that?
Yeah, a lot.
Wow. So, yeah, I forgot that he loves to hike, too. I mean, look at his downstairs, dude. It's amazing. All right, so your next goal, did we set goals? I know the body fats and all that, right? We started at 23?
That's right.
Right? Yep. I mean, I said that on air. Do you mind?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
23, single digits. All the guys, the Freddie Smiths, the Brian Whites, all the guys have been on the podcast. They usually have like events they're doing, ultra runs or ultra bikes. Are you set up for anything like that, or is it more my gig is trying to get super fit and really have some camaraderie in the mornings like that?
Well, that's it. I mean, I think.
Don't you feel better after you leave?
All of my training that I've ever done up until just recently has been I'm training for something. I'm training to go climb Grand Teton. I'm training to go for a big backcountry ski touring trip. I'm training for a thing of something. And I don't have time to train for, I want to train for those things, but I can't really plan those things right now because I'm not in that place of life. So, but if I lose my training edge. If I lose this opportunity in life and I just become a fat dude, I'm never going to be able to do those things ever again.
Facts.
So I want to. That's my goal right now, is to make sure that right in these next years that I'm not losing my ability to get out and train for a paddling trip, or train to go paddle the Grand Canyon, or train to go climb Grand Teton, or train to go whatever it is. I was on the cusp of losing that, and I feel like being back in the gym, I'm back in it.
100, and then watching you with your boy yesterday brought me tons of joy. Watching all you guys with your families now, it's the fill up that is it's my riches. It really is. It's my success of watching that. Yeah. So you're 47.
Turning 47 in a month.
Okay. So 57. So your boy's he'll be 15 when you're my age.
That's right.
Yeah. So you got to be active.
Absolutely.
You got to, like with me with Azzy running around, you know what I'm saying? You got my grandson. You got to, yeah. So I think it's kind of cool that the goals or the definition of goals are different of what, somebody is trying to get this and somebody's trying to get this and squeeze another year out of a sport that they get paid for, All-American or, Heisman Trophy, whatever it is. And you're looking at it as, man, I want to be active. Maybe coach like Bobby does. You think he'll coach? What is he into?
I know that I'm not a coach. I love watching my son enjoy sports. I love watching him do the things that he loves doing. Loves dinosaurs right now. Difficult to get into. But you know what? I love dinosaurs right now. It's called being a dad. So time will tell what it is. But that will come as it does.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've experienced that as a dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't necessarily get to choose your tomorrow. You get to, it's going to display in front of you, and you can choose to enjoy it or choose to be frustrated about it. But why be frustrated?
To choose to your tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I was working on something today that adversity is here, just right around the corner. I like that one. I'm enjoying that one. I've been sitting on that one for a minute, and wow.
But adversity, I mean, adversity is everywhere. We face it every day. But I mean, I believe that.
Yeah, and I find that you're going to face it either way. You're going to face it straight, let's say sober, or you're going to face the adversity of not being sober, and now you're facing that adversity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, one person's sober, another person's, like clean, and
yeah. But you're going to face it either way. It's like,
yeah,
right.
And I think that we are all going to face our trials. We're all going to face the issues in the world, and some people will throw their phone against the wall, and some people will look at it and go, "That sucks. How do we solve the problem?"
Yeah, so I do want to I want to finish this with how you're talking. Is where do you get studying that today with serving others? I was talking to Link about that today. I was listening to a podcast today, and then the gratitude. They say you're supposed to do. I think it's 2 weeks every day of writing one thing you're grateful for. Is where do you get your positive attitude? Because you've always been this guy, and I know to the guys that have just met you tonight, especially Ben, is I can tell Ben's impressed with you. I can tell that he's really is into you. Where do you get the outlook like that? Because you've always had that since you were in high school. Now you're a 47-year-old man with a family and doing your thing. Is that instilled? You know me, I'm always thinking how to improve and the whys and how everything is that from, I don't know your family. I don't know if I've ever met your mom and dad that way. Did you come up with it? Because some people can. I'm listening to one where a guy is, he was like, yeah, I'd rather have my limbs off than come from a broken home, and he talks about that, and his outlook is so. Where do you get your outlook from? I've never asked you that. I've just always walked away saying the same thing I've said to these four gentlemen is the nicest guy I know. Where does that come from? And it's not fake.
No. Well, I mean, I don't think it's fake.
It can't be fake.
Well, no, I mean, I am who I am. And, Suzanne, my wife.
Okay, let me ask you a real question. What pisses you off? What gets in you where that body gets up and is like, I'm ripping your face apart?
Somebody not trying, somebody being half-assed, somebody that's, is willing to quit when it gets difficult. I think the things that, growing up in sport, you realize you don't want to lose. You hate losing. But there's reasons that you're losing that you can fix. And so these reasons become how you solve the problems of the moment, right? And so in the, to answer your question, where's the positivity come from? I'm the youngest of five. I said earlier in the podcast.
Never knew that.
My sisters just beat the hell out of me as a kid. I mean, lovingly, and I love my sisters. And
so you were listening to the mental toughness podcast. You dialed into that. So
yeah.
Are you an advocate of a product of your environment, or can it be? Imagine if I got this kid at 4 or 5.
I think toughness is toughness.
It's got to be now on him. It's over.
Whether it's physical toughness or mental toughness or whatever, there's an element of toughness is toughness. And so you don't get toughness.
Explain.
You don't get toughness through just things being given to you. You don't get toughness through, the ease of having good strength or having access to Charlie Petrone and training or having good friends. Or you get toughness through the challenging times. And I had a great upbringing. I had a dad who was just as dedicated to me as anybody could have been.
Are your parents still living?
They are.
Both of them?
Yeah.
How old are they?
I actually got three parents. So I've got a stepdad that was great for me growing up. My dad is
when did your
living.
parents become divorced?
When I was 3. So young enough, and stepdad kind of was
good dad?
great in the role. Absolutely great in the role. And my mom was a great loving mom, and my dad is as close of a human being as somebody could be to me. He's didn't miss a baseball game, didn't anything. But through growing up, you have these trials and tribulations of life, and you realize, well, if you're going to be pissed off about losing a game because you got a shitty team, well, you're just going to be pissed off all the time. Maybe you should get on a different team, or finish the season with them and do something different next year, or train harder, or figure. There's to sit and say it's somebody else's fault that you're bad is an internal thing, right?
Yeah. Where do you think that comes from? Because being in my business, it's average about 24 people a day, and you hear so many different things. And we talked about in the podcast of self-reflection, self-audit. You just hit on that. Is like. I'll take the motocrossers. Link, are you listening to me? Or are you Googling your girlfriend? Hang on there. Is when everybody's like, oh, the track's bad. Well, guess what? The 40 guys ride the same damn track, right?
Yep.
So it's like, I wouldn't want to hear that, like, especially coming back into the pits and telling the dad or the mechanic the track's bad. And it's like, I'm sorry, that guy's out there railing. So what do you want me to tell you? You fix the track? Or my best one on Friday nights is we played in the rain. So did the other team.
How about just don't lose? How about I'm not going to lose? I'm not going to let you beat me. That's the thing that I get back to. You go through, again, trials and tribulations.
The pissed off thing I really liked about you, because, to see you pissed off, I wouldn't want to see you pissed off.
It's not good.
It's not good.
There are times, betrayal is one thing, right? Which, you try to keep your friends close and all the things. But, there are things that happen. We all snap. We all
have you gone through
madness.
A pissed off one where you were like, because I could see you actually turning into Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk.
There's a story I'll tell you, but I'm not going to do it
on air.
It's great.
Okay, I can't wait. I'm so excited because it's the nice guys you got to watch out for. I'm just full of hot air, but you guys know.
But no, I think I lost my sister when I was my oldest sister, or second oldest sister. She died of breast cancer when I was, I guess it was 31. And, that was one of those times of life where you go like, we only have just a couple days on Earth. And so we might as well make them good and make sure what we're doing, we're surrounding ourselves with people that we love and want to be around. And, I think that there's those wake-up calls in life. That's certainly one of them. where I go, holy cow, life is short. We can either be mad and ugly, or we can figure out the things that, make us happy and, drive our family. And, I'm motivated to be successful for my family. I'm motivated to win. I want to win. I've always been in that place. And, I think that's where it comes from.
So do you think the recognition, I like this one, I like where you're going with that. Do you think the recognition of you're motivated, you like to win, but hey, I still need a trainer to get in and train because I'm not going to do that myself. And to self-audit and understand what you're not good at, I think is what I've been plugging to a lot of people lately.
But that also goes to experience, knowledge. When did you realize you were different? Well, I mean, I'm different about a lot of things, but I'm different in that I don't like to train. I swore I was never going to be back in the gym doing a bench press ever after 2004. Good story. Just real quick.
It doesn't have to be real quick.
2004, March 23rd, March 24th, 2004, I get released from the Yankees. I was pissed off. Brian Cashman was in the room, who was the GM of the Yankees back then. And, Jeff, we don't have a spot for you this year. You're done. And I'm a lowly, A-ball player. And I said, see you guys later. I'll see you in the big leagues next year. Right? I'm frustrated. I rake my dirty clothes into a bag. I zip it up, put the lock on it. And, the idea was I'm going to go over to the Phillies, or I'm going to go to, whoever was going to pick me up and play the next season. I opened it up 2 years ago. Dirty jockstrap, muddy.
Did you say 2 years ago?
2 years ago, or 3 years ago. So George and I remember the combination on that bag. I don't know how I did it.
What is it?
24, 36, 28. Combination lock, right? It's crazy. And open it up. It was a time machine. I had checks signed from, the auto pen from Steinbrenner, and, dirty cleats and all the things. It was awesome. It was a great experience of life. But then,
Holy shit.
kind of realized it was a moment in time, good times.
Damn. That's impressive.
I forgot where I was going on that story, but it's a fun story to tell.
It was bench press.
Oh yeah. So yeah, when that happened, thank you. Good call. When that happened, I was like, I'm never going to go to the gym ever again. I hate working out. I hate being in the gym. And if I was going to have to be in a gym, it's going to be in your gym, Charlie.
That was it. That's what you said.
And it goes back, you asked the question, why, what motivated you to get back in the gym? And that's that. It's the realization of we're all getting older. And, seeing the people in my life, the Jimmies of the world, the big gyms of the world, the, kind of name it who you've trained. Mm-hmm. And not necessarily their physique is one thing, but their longevity and their ability to be sharp at work and still grind and be motivated to do it is my motivation to, not necessarily be in your gym, but to train. I'm interested in being in your gym because it's a comfortable place to be. And that's what's brought me back.
I love it. That's wow. Dude, like Harrison always says, we got to do like a part 2 because it's so nice just talking to you. You're one of the nicest humans. And I try to tell Link with driving back, picking him up from the airport, is you're going to meet some like extreme athletes that are like some of the most nice, humble guys that are just they're selfless, and that says a lot about people, and that's what we're trying to instill, especially with the kid that I got. As Griff, I'm going to tell you this. This dawned on me this week. Is I saw this coming with this kid Link. I saw it coming because I've been telling you for years. Is I wanted to get back into it, and I think when you speak it, you have to do it. And I want to take your piece on this. Is last night I was laying in bed and I'm like, I'm going to get up at 6 on a Sunday, 5:36, not the 4:30 ones, but 6, And I'm like, I'm going to be in the gym at 7:15 by myself because I didn't have anybody at 8:30. And I'm like, I'm just going to make a point to go in the gym and train and just start that. And, I got up and, brushed my teeth and had my cup of coffee, and you're sitting in those nice chairs that Freddie Smith gave me in that office, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, God, it'd be nice to drink another cup of coffee. But, man, I said it to myself the night before what I have to do, and I'm like, I got to do it. And we talked about this is emotions are motion. They move, but conviction does not. I like it. Thank you. Link is good. I think Link's got a future behind the scenes. He could be the I don't want to go there. I'm going to stop on that. But the conviction is different because conviction is an emotion. My emotion wanted to drink another cup of coffee and go, nobody's going to know. But then I held myself accountable to that, and it was the best thing I ever did. I folded towels out of the dryer and did my sets of something and processed my day. It was a big day. I'm looking forward to him. I was definitely looking forward to you. I wanted this thing to go good. I was hoping my man would make it back from Wisconsin, and it was just it just dawned on me of like, if you're gonna say you're gonna do it, do it, and because. You can never act off emotions, I mean, I just, if you had to give this kid something, he's right there. I mean, in this sport, you've trained with him. It's 17, 18, 19. It's right here. It can't be any better for him. But if he doesn't get it right now, it's going to pass by because they don't have retired motocross leagues. They don't have all these different things to be a professional motocrosser. What would you tell him?
Hate losing. Don't lose. Don't let somebody else beat you. Don't beat yourself. And I'll say in my baseball career, I beat myself too frequently. I didn't, the when did you realize you were different idea? I wish I could have realized I was different because I was different, at a point. But there's things that I wasn't willing to sell out on. We talked a little bit about it before, and that the best of the best, it's all they have. It's all they can do. It's all that there is. And, played ball with a lot of Latin guys, Robinson Cano, Hall of Famer, will be a Hall of Famer at some point.
Yankee, Griff. See,
yes.
I real quick, do not lose your thought. As Griff said, my Burt Reynolds lookalike, put a pin in that. FYI, Ross hates the Yankees.
That's okay. I mean, look, there's a reason that a lot of people can hate the Yankees, and that's okay.
I love the Yankees, by the way, Link. I was from New Jersey. I might have a southern accent now, but I was from there. I do like where you just said hate losing.
Yeah, hate losing. Don't let somebody else beat you. But it also goes back to there's a mental toughness in that, or a chip on your shoulder with that I never had, and we've talked about this, in that you knew that probably from the beginning that I was not going to play in the big leagues because I wasn't selling out on all I had to do was play in the big leagues. I feel pretty smart, could figure out a way to earn a living in business, didn't have to be gone for 10 months out of the year. The money of playing in the big leagues and making $1 zillion, whatever the number is, right?
Right.
Would have been awesome, but being gone and not having a family for 9 months out of the year was not attractive to me. I think the people that are the best at what they do sell out completely to do the thing that they do. So if you want to be great at what you're going to be great at, you better sell out and do it. Like in business, I'm selling out and doing it right now. I'm in it. I'm in a place where I need to. We got to make it right. We're gonna make it right. But it's not something that I'm not gonna get beat. And I'm in that place. But I love doing what I'm doing too.
Yeah. So do you think the sellout thing, and Link, I'm going to tell you this, is he speaks of there wasn't a plan B for me. And I go back and forth with parents and players and everything. And even Brian White and I talked about it. It's like, oh, well, he's got his education to fall back on. And Brian's like, when in the hell do you ever fall back on it? And I never wanted a plan B. And he set it up. And I don't know if you guys listened to it. I'm sure Griff didn't. He's been on his phone the whole time. He's half here. He's sleeping with his eyes open. He's like a horse. is when he looked for Bob Talbot for work that off season. I've never heard anybody do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, back to the point. I was not willing to sell out and kind of sell my soul to baseball at that time.
Yeah.
I had the physical ability.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Oh, yeah.
and when baseball was over with, there was a feeling of like I was leaving a God-given talent, you know, that I should have made happen.
Dude, yeah, let me give you an example of this. Dave Marlowe's our 65-year-old businessman, okay? Looks like, Lou Ferrigno or Ronnie Coleman, if people don't know who he is. I think he's 8, 9 times. Lee Haney's my guy from back in the day, but, Arnold Schwarzenegger up top and Mr. Potato Head downstairs, okay? Okay, he's got an ass soft as a beanbag. So, yeah, we got to fix that glute, Dave. Let's go. But he just looks at Christensen, Ross, and he's like, what the hell? And how he changed in 2 or 3 workouts. And I said, it's just genetics. Just the genetic God has placed certain people, and they're just that way, and they respond. He's like, look at his caps. Look what he's doing, and he hasn't done that. And it was like, just takes a set to knock off the dust, and he's right back to where he was. And I think it is good for guys, the businessmen that have not been around that, to see that, to go, and that's why they play on TV. That's why they get paid for what they're doing. They're just different. And kudos to you. Kudos. I mean, hate losing. I love that one. I'd love that one, Jeffrey. I don't want you to be a stranger out back.
I really want to come. I mean, this is a special place.
This is.
Truly.
I mean, I know. It's not my old place, but it's where I call home, and it's out back. It's just we're hood rich.
Look, I think at the end of the day, money is money. People are going to make money. People are going to spend money. Money is the way to kind of, it's the scoreboard at the end of the day. It's for a lot of folks, but friendships and relationships kind of identify riches for a lot of folks, myself included. And to be back in your world and be able to spend time with you again, Charlie, means the world to me. Truly, thanks for welcoming me back into your gym.
I love it. I do love it. And honestly, I mean, your wife, your kid, they could run around. You just come out back every now and then. It doesn't have to be on a Sunday night with a microphone and chopping it up and reminiscing. But let's. We have to pour into each other, and I love doing it. I really do. I love. I just love watching you guys. It means this is my Rich. It's just my Rich. It's like I'm picking him up for 2 weeks, and it's just pouring into him. And I know the good Lord will take care of all of us at the end. So it's like, hey, Charlie, I don't have the money to come down. Just come down. I got you.
Charlie, also, you're the best at what you do, and you know that. I mean, the people that train with you know that, but there's an element of the variability or the variation of the athletes that you train. Motocross to NFL combine guys to baseball guys to name it. Volleyball and others is unbelievable, and you make it a lot of fun, and your success is a result of the effort you put into it. So Jesus. I'm grateful to be a part of it. My eyes are watering up because I am getting older. But I love it. I absolutely, I don't know anything different. This is all I know, and I know that the good Lord put me there, and I love it. I wake up every day, and I never say I go to work, and Griff knows that. And I go to serve, whether Griff wakes me up at 5:15 in the morning, and hey, thought it was 4:31, big bye. I'm like, I'm sorry, Griff, I'll get up right now. Let me get going. Yeah. But thank you so much, man. This has been a pleasure, and I know people like Justin Sims and your guys love listening to the podcast. They're going to listen to it. And
Thank you for coming back into my life. I appreciate it.
Well, Charlie, truly an honor to be here and do this. The podcast brought me back into your gym. Kind of made me the choices and options kind of podcast was one of those eye-opening, like, you better make some good choices pretty soon or else you're going to not be able to do the things that you love to do. So woke me up, and being back in and the welcoming back in has been, here we are. So it's kind of feels like coming back home. It's great.
Man, I love it. And thank you for the wine. That was amazing.
Plum Jack is hard to beat.
Dude, where can we get that, Ross? Okay. All righty, Ross. He's full on chicken wings. Huh?
This is.
Where is it?
It's a Napa Valley. Yeah.
It's amazing. And what's the stuff at the bottom? The what's that called?
Sediment.
And that's when it's
Tits
McGee good.
Yeah, I probably poured that poorly for you. Or else
No.
The sediment should not be in the glass.
No,
but
we could
I'm not a
drink
sommelier.
more.
But
Hey, I got some more, but it's not yours. But man, oh man, I got to bring up my wine game. Let's go, Ross. Thank you so much, Jeffrey Christensen, Outback Sunday night.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you so much. I love you.
Love
This is
you.
amazing.
Yeah,
Thank
it's been
you.
a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.